Hang on, let me get this on. I'm with the 8th Air Force Historical Society in St. Paul and Minneapolis. Yeah.
Oh,
Kevin Callahan. Yeah.
What's your name?
Kevin Callahan.
Kevin, nice to meet you, Kevin. Yeah, the reason I know is my wife and I were kind of instrumental in getting this thing on the national record of the historic places for its wartime effort, you know. And basically what happened is the war started and kids were enlisting, and we spent a lot of time in the Carleton College archives downstairs. We found a letter from President Roosevelt to President Callahan, who was the chief at the time, to say, hey, you got to keep the kids in school and get them educated and teach them some military skills. So they had a meteorology department in the civil, the flight training program here.
Really?
They bought this farm. Carleton College bought the farm, and they built the hangar, and they trained pilots, and that's what it looked like back in the 40s.
Oh, yeah.
The same thing. And George Bush Sr. was in naval aviation at Old Chamberlain then. And
really?
he used to come down here and make touch and goes. And
George Bush Sr. I didn't know that. Huh. And you got a link trainer.
Yeah.
So did they train on this too?
Nah, I don't know if they did. Maybe they did. I'm not really.
It was more the primary training with the.
Yeah, it was more primary, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they might have got some instrument time too. I'd have to. You know, people know a lot more about it than I do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it looks like of the era, you know, just the architecture and the way the doors are made and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You've done a beautiful job of this.
Actually, there's kind of an interesting story about that too, because I think Callahan went to Harvard, and it was hard to get metal during the war, and he was actually able to kind of use his networking system to get the metal for the hangars in here. You've seen the old hangar, haven't you?
No, I haven't. I just got here.
This is our.
Oh, okay. There's more to this.
These are flight design CTs. They're composite light sport airplanes.
Yeah, they're putting that together?
We just got 3 of them. They just put the wings on here yesterday. And
wow, that'll be fun.
Here's this a classic?
Oh, yeah.
The 3M hangar up there in the cities in St. Paul.
Yeah, made out of wood. It was big. They had a lot of space in here. Now this looks like probably the plane they would have trained on, huh? The Piper Cub?
Well, they did use Piper Cubs, but the Navy used those UPS-7s, those Wacos. That was their, you know, and the kids that came through in the kind of a washout program too. Not everybody made it, but
so both Air Corps and Navy trained here?
Well, it was just through the colleges actually doing the training, but the Navy was on the auspices of the Navy.
Yeah. And, well, I think there was a college training detachment, and my dad was in that, where they would go off to college, and then at the end of it they would learn on like a Piper Cub, and I imagine the Navy probably had the same thing.
I think they did. CPT program, they
call
it? My dad actually was in that also during the Second World War. Yeah.
Where was your dad? What college was he associated with?
Well, he wasn't. You know, he was. Did you find some else?
I got it.
Did you get one?
2 quarters. It slid in. I opened that little thing up. It wedged in there, and I cleared it out with a pocket knife. So.
Oh, good for you. He's a master mechanic.
35 years of jet
There's nothing can stop him. This guy's from the 8th Air Force Museum.
The historical museum. Yeah, Kevin Callahan.
Charlie Mullen.
Yeah. I'm with the group that meets at the Knights of Columbus Hall. It's where 35 and 494 meet, and it's every Wednesday. I'll give you a card. And next June 4th, we've got 82nd Airborne guy talking about D-Day and the Bulge in Holland, and they meet every week. It's a great group. But I've never been here. I didn't know this even existed. Somebody said there's a historic airfield.
Sure.
It's a mile and a half from here. So I thought, but I had no idea you still had all this stuff. Did you collect all that, or?
Well, it's kind of.
I think it was been here and got left here.
It was here. You know, there's an airway beacon. Where's that thing?
Yeah, it's over on that cart.
What's an airway beacon? Was that?
One of the airway markers when they used to flash the airways.
Oh, okay.
It was over there last winter.
One guy gave us a talk, and he was talking about the fires they used to use back in like the 20s or something.
Well, it was on a cart. It was real.
Here it is, right here. This old guy right back there.
Oh, for Pete's sake! Wow.
My wife had one above when she was growing up in No Diner in Wisconsin. There was one above her house that marked the airway here to Chicago.
Yeah.
Was it pretty bright or?
Well, it had a signal to it. You could tell which one it was by the
by the, what do you call it?
frequency of the.
But you know, it's I just thought this was kind of funny because when I was in Canada, we'd go from Calgary to Wilmington, Ohio. We'd come right down. The heading brought us right across Litchfield and right down Air Lake. I used to key up the lights when I'd fly over, right? But my partner, my captain, he's got a farm over in Hutchinson, so we'd go over. So we used to call our kids and we'd turn on landing lights as we went over, you know. But the way I would watch it was I could see flying cloud. I think Litchfield has, or Litchfield has an airport, I think. I'd see Litchfield, then I could see Flying Clouds Beacon, and I could see Air Lake Beacon. I could see that Air Lake Beacon. We were over 100 miles away.
Yeah, isn't that
really?
amazing?
Yeah, I mean, once you pick it out, it's incredible.
Yeah.
So they don't look that bright.
Yeah.
But I know I've seen that one way on the other side of Litchfield.
That's impressive.
So I don't know what it was in there, but it was brighter than heck. I'm going to go out in front. I'm supposed to meet a guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching the meteors last night, and then the space station went over.
Did you see any meteors last night?
Yeah, it was pretty poor.
They always get everybody all worked up about it.
Yeah, it didn't.
We're going to see 400 of them, they said.
Yeah, this looks like the original training airplane for these guys.
What this is a 1947. It's a PA-11.
Yeah.
Which is made after the war, obviously. Before the war, they got the J3s out there. But it's a Piper Cub. They stopped calling them J's and went to this PA, Piper Aircraft. Mm-hmm. And this is an improved Piper Cub, because it's got an 85 horsepower engine in it instead of 65. And you can solo it from the front. You don't have to fly from the back. You think back to the old biplanes and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you had to solo them from the back, and that was because the CG's in the front seat. That way, it didn't matter if you had a passenger or not, right? But in this one, they rearranged the fuel and the seating position a little bit, where you can solo from the front. It's a lot easier. You get a lot better visibility.
Wow, that is so neat.
It's still, you got to hand prop it.
And it's still in use? Is this still being flown?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Wow. I have pictures of my dad working on the earlier model during World War II. So these were really in use. Not this particular model, but the
J3s. We got J3 out here. We got a couple of them actually. We got one as a ground up restoration. It's really nice. The other Cubcraft one is flying right now, and that's a Super Cub, which is not really a Cub. It's like a Cub on steroids,
This would be like up in Alaska, they'd use a lot of.
Bush plane. When you see a J3, you'll see how much difference there is. I mean, it's just bigger all over. It's 160 horsepower.
Oh, really?
Okay. See even the difference between that one and this one.
Yeah.
That's 85. This is, twice the horsepower.
Yeah, sure.
But it's bigger and fatter. It's heavier.
Wow, this is a nice little airport. Have you been here for long, or?
I've been flying here for 22 years, I guess.
So is the guy that's flying, is he just doing like training or something?
Yeah, he's been busy today. He's had like 4 students.
Well, you have a lot of gliders?
Yeah, there's like 20, I forget now what the number, 24, 26 gliders here. That's a home-built glider.
Okay.
Built it, fabric covered. I've never seen it before. I wasn't down in a long time. But they just had this one up today. They just hung it back up.
Have you done gliding?
I've never been in
Yeah. That's a whole nother experience.
That's a whole different, it is. Yeah. It's a different kind of flying.
Wow, this is so neat to run across, and I wasn't expecting. It was just somebody down the road told me about that. There's this historic airfield.
Well, these are dealer too for these CTs.
Oh, okay. So this is the new thing with the.
Yeah, these are made. They're made in Russia, actually. Ukraine. They're German design, and I don't know. They're kind of high tech. It's all composite, of course. They got. These are they just got delivered this week.
Oh, for Pete's sake, it's brand new.
Yeah, they got a glass cockpit in them, you know, you can,
Yeah.
just like a 757 or something.
Wow.
They got a parachute, BRS, the ballistic recovery system parachute right here. So you can fire the handle if you were to get in trouble.
Oh, boy. Well, that's pretty sophisticated. Wow. And it's made in the Ukraine by the Russians?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know what the future of this thing is going to be.
That doesn't bode well.
No, it doesn't.
I guess it depends on if it's west or east from Ukraine.
Already, it takes about a year. You know, oh yeah, you can order one and get it in 2 months, and there's always problems.
Yeah. Oh, here's a Vagabond, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice shape.
Charlie? Yeah. Is that guy with the motorcycle from Northfield flying today? What's his name? You know what I mean? Russell. He's out on the flying. Yeah, you're looking for him. Oh, yeah, no, took off about half hour ago. Okay.
Hey. Well, I don't need to take all of your time here. Let me give you my card.
Well, we got some more. You want to go look at more?
Oh yeah, if you got some more.
I'm here to whatever, 6.
Well, it's a nice weekend for.
Yeah, it's finally, right? But you look at all this stuff, I guess.
Yeah, no, I was taking lots of pictures of all the stuff in here.
Yeah, and this thing, you know, this is the most complete one of these link trainers I've ever. Usually they got just that, you know.
Yeah.
I was sitting here one day trying to figure this out, but you know,
way
back when they had that, what they used to call the 4-beam deal. They had the dot depending on which side you were on. And you tried to come down that corridor, right? And apparently, you know, what you really did with that was it taught you how to fly the beam. Anyway, there's electric motors here and wheels and a pencil, and it would plot out
where you theoretically were. Yeah. Wow, this is terrific. It's all still intact.
Yeah, I think,
does it work?
I don't know about what it would take to get. I'm sure it's all tube stuff, if whatever. I don't know how it got the signal from here, to there.
Yeah.
But the vacuum pump and these bellows are still intact.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the CAF in Fleming Field has one. Maybe they'd know the technical stuff on it.
Yeah, I mean myself, I've seen these things all over the place.
Yeah.
In museum, I've never seen one running. But
well,
I'd be kinda curious.
I have one of the guys that shows up as a Navy Hellcat guy, and he trained on it, and he said, "Man, you'd sweat because you had to get it right." He was going out to the Pacific,
right?
And you had to get it right or get washed out. And he said you'd come out of that, and you'd just be dripping wet, and it was just like to him it was like the real thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To try and simulate it,
Any check ride like that, that's a tinny test, was.
Well, there wasn't anywhere to land if you missed the island.
Well, I suppose in the ocean, as they say. But, grab some keys. I fixed the Coke machine, so anybody ever want Coke? Just say Stanton base to Cessna 887, Cessna 150 887. He knows his VIN number, which may or may not. Yeah. But there's no guarantees of that radio on. So.
Yeah. Stanton base to Cessna 150 887.
Okay, 3.
Well, this looks like what I kind of imagine it would have been, with the way the doors are and everything.
Oh yeah, that's
in the 40s.
And the thing is, I like the atmosphere. I tell people the grass,
the
cornfield, and all that good stuff.
Amazingly efficient.
We have here can't be 320, 300 total minus whatever those 8 acres or something.
How about for the mowing, for the part that's mowed, because there's like...
90 acres released, isn't that what it is?
Yeah,
So it'd be 320 minus, say it's about 310 minus 90. So
roughly 220 acres.
Okay, because I see some planted in, must be beans out here.
Yeah, there's the parts of the beans, and then that's part of the,
right, that's the 90
that's the 90 that's tilled, yeah.
Okay, so there's still 200
I
and
think so.
a little over 200 acres that
Yeah.
you got to try and mow.
Well, I mean, I guess if you, well, of course, you got to figure this, you calculate it, whatever we're going on runway with, it's 320 by,
Yeah.
it's about 2,500 this way, and it's about 300 by about 1,400. So, I mean.
Yeah, we can figure it out, and then plus the ramp areas.
Ramp,
and the
yeah.
staging
Okay.
areas. So,
Okay,
a bit of grass out here.
yeah, quite a bit.
That's a long way to walk.
What do you mow it with right now?
I'll show you over here. You got it.
Walk out here.
I'm gonna get those beans.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember how the other. This is a original J3, right? When
Yeah.
you look at it compared to the Super Cub, it's skinnier and it's just.
Yeah, this is familiar from the pictures.
That's the real deal right there.
Yeah, my dad took pictures of working on this. They'd replace the glass, you know,
Yep.
or the plexiglass, and there's pictures of the guys working on the engine. Yeah, have you flown this one or?
No, this one actually, Stanton restored it about 10 years ago. I used to work at Northwest. See, we went on strike in about 2005. So this one got, the restoration got finished about 2004. But this is a 1946. It's still a J3. This is before they started with the PA designations. And this is, you know, it was a complete, like I said, restoration. This is a brand new J3 Cup. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, wow.
It's got everything new. It's got new spars, you know, all the tubing was replaced. Of course, new fabric, new motor.
Yeah, it
I
looks
mean, it's,
like it should be in a museum or something.
yeah, these guys, there's 4 guys that own it, and they never fly it. I bet it doesn't fly 10 hours a year.
Well, they probably appreciate it just sort of as a project, you know, to restore it to this kind of, you wouldn't want to get it dirty after.
I'll want to drive it now.
Now, how long were you at Northwest? Were you a mechanic?
Yep,
or?
I was a mechanic, 17 years.
Oh, yeah, this was in the days when you could work long years at business. You were working on jets, I would assume.
I worked at Eastern for 9 years before that, and then I worked at Northwest 17 years, and then I went out to Las Vegas, worked for Allegiant, and then I worked for Champion. I got a flying job. I flew for Champion for 2 years, and I flew up in Canada. It was called Cargo Jet.
Really?
Right. For a year.
As a pilot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I worked at Conagra in Lakeville for 5 years. I just started out working at Sun Country. I just started at Sun Country.
Really? Are you a pilot for
No,
Sun Country? Yeah.
directly in the can-
Is this a guy who gives rides?
No, I don't know. He's not here. Yeah, his family, I think, all these
Oh.
guys are here.
There was one I was given a ride, or I got a ride, I paid for it. It was about
there's
$80 or.
Those guys, can't think of their name right now. Vintage biplane or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out of Fairbanks.
That's really neat.